Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress with Pixie Dust Tarot, and this is your daily dust for Friday, April 21st, if you're watching in real time, but it can also be for whenever you stumble upon it. You can treat it as a timeless reading as well, and sometimes that works even better. But thank you for following me every day if you're one of those people who do. But if you're new to the channel, also thank you for being here, and feel free to subscribe if you like. I do daily readings using different decks. I try to rotate tarot decks and try a different one every day, and sometimes I repeat. And I do like a three card collective message. This time I'm using the Golden Girls Tarot, which is a very charming, cute deck. I don't know why, but I just felt drawn to it today. So I'm going to give it a good shuffle and see what energies come out for this particular day, but it can also be beyond this day. It could be something that you've already experienced too, and could kind of give you clues to something coming towards you in the future. It represents you, but it can also represent people that affect you and touch you. These are nice, easily shuffleable cards. It's kind of a big deck, but it's easy to handle. Okay, let's take from the middle. Ooh, Ace of Swords, nice, like an aha moment coming to you. And nice, King of Pentacles, money, sponsorship. I heard sponsorship, somebody backing you up, somebody giving you a job. Or you becoming your own boss here. And Two of Pentacles, choices and but kind of like happy choices. So let's zoom on in. I feel very simple, easy message, and this is definitely for the day, but it definitely could be a day moving into like a good money situation. So let's zoom on in. First of all, with the Ace of Swords, I see an idea. Mental activity, though, is what I see more mostly. Swords representing the mind, and ace representing the beginning or something new. It could be something that you've already been working on, but then a new development comes, something that feels inspired, or something that feels that gives you a little bit of excitement, and it feels creative, but it feels like it'll apply to work somehow, or apply to how you make money. The King of Pentacles is awesome because he is the King of Kings. He's got the Midas touch. Whatever he puts his mind on, he creates, he turns into gold. He can turn anything into gold. This could be you or somebody that you're connecting with. It could be a boss. It could be a mentor. It could be father figure, or it could be any other kind of masculine in your life, or it could represent you, or it could represent a masculine side of you. It could represent, it also kind of gives me entrepreneur energy, but it could also be of some kind of banker, financial. It could be something having to do with loans or sponsorship or investments. Somebody who's guiding you with money matters. And it also can represent this this energy of like the King of Kings is all the kings rolled into one. So the King of Pentacles is the last king of the suit. Most typical suits start with wands, then cups, then swords, then pentacles. And pentacles is kind of like, it's kind of like Pisces on the wheel, in astrology, or like the 12th house on the wheel in astrology. It's like this accumulated energy and the wisdom from passing through all these other awarenesses. So he has the compassion of cups, he has the passion of wands, he has the wisdom of swords, and all of that is a part of him or her. And it's represented by a masculine or male, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. But you can look at it in a variety of ways. You can look at it as this representing you, this representing a masculine in your life, this representing the masculine side of you, or just simply just the higher hierarchy. Because interestingly enough, in the court cards, the king doesn't necessarily always represent a man or a woman. It represents the highest part of the hierarchy. So you have the pages is the lowest, then the knight, then the queen, and then the king. Not to say queens or women are inferior in any way, but it's just represented that way. So whether you're a man or a woman, you could be represented by this higher status. Okay, and then the Two of Pentacles is a really favorite. In this case, there's like one higher than the other, and sometimes you'll see them balanced, and we have pentacles, and then you have the infinity symbol. To me, it's like the possibilities are endless. There's infinite possibilities. Sometimes you'll see this card with ships in the background. It seems like this feels like so much energy happening at the same time. Like on the foreground, you're doing one thing, but in the background, there's other things happening. So in the background, there could be, shipments coming in and out. It could also represent passive income, things that you're not like immediately juggling, but in the immediate, you're juggling lots of things in your day. So but you're doing it all with a smile on your face. You're enjoying it. For a lot of you, it could represent entertainers and actors and literal jugglers. And it could definitely represent material and physical things. It can represent this flow of currency. It could represent all of this. But the effort that you put into work, it represents the Renaissance man or woman, and it represents the jack of all trades and the multitasker and the ability to do lots of things well. And sometimes it has a little bit of a choice thrown in there, but not necessarily, because it's kind of like having your cake and eating it too. It's like you can do it like, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never, never, never forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman. I don't know if you know that song, but when I was a kid, I used to see this commercial. It was for this perfume Enjoli. And it just talked about how, like, the woman can do it all. Like, she can be the boss, she can be the man and, the father and the mother. Like, if you're a single mom, you have to be single dad. You have to be the dad and the mom. You have to bring home the bacon, and you also have to be caring and tender and loving. If you're not that, if you're just a single person, then you can juggle lots of things. You can juggle your life and like leisure time. You can have good times and the stuff that even your work may be fun. Like that's what I'm getting from here. So it's kind of like juggling a lot of stuff and enjoying the ride, like enjoying the juggle. And it makes me think a little bit of the Ten of Wands, which is like a burden and a duty. It kind of gives me like dad vibes, where I have to carry this load, but I'm doing it because it's my duty and I love my family energy. And this is kind of more like, I like to do this and I like to do this, and I can balance it all, and I'm very happy, and I don't think of it a burden. I think of it as having a good time. Like I'm really enjoying myself. Like I'm trying to find the fun and the joy and the bliss in everything I do. So it feels really good. And I feel like by having such a positive attitude about finances and resources and money matters, I feel like this feels sort of, whoa, this feels like multiplying, So you have the one pentacle here, the one can turn into two. It's like you're doubling, doubling. Oh, okay. I'm hearing a message of, here's another commercial. But when I was a kid, there's this commercial about Pert, and I told two friends, and she told two friends, and so on, and so on, and so on. It's like your message doubling and doubling and doubling. It's kind of like, and that's kind of the infinity. It's like something getting the word out, and then it multiplies and multiplies and multiplies, and then suddenly so many people are hearing you or watching you, or you have so much money now, so it's something that's multiplying. It's like It also makes me think of splitting, like atoms splitting, and the way something is like a baby is grows inside, and it splits and it splits and it splits and it splits, and then it forms this child. And so it could be some kind of creative thing that you're working on, that if it kind of like splits and splits and splits and splits, and then it also can represent twins, or two ideas happening at the same time, or two people merging, or two things being balanced. So a lot of interesting energy here, but it feels very creative, and it feels very enjoyable and happy and well funded and well supported, and bright ideas. Interesting that we have the sword with the crown on it, and then we have the king with the crown. So like a lot of crown chakra energy here, like getting a lot of downloads from the universe into your mind, not just your thinking mind, but your spiritual mind as well, your creative mind. This hearing messages, and the messages coming through and translating to your mind as ideas that you can develop. But it starts as sort of like these aha moments. It's like the 4D, when you have deja vu, or when you have some kind of synchronicity, or when everything just falls into place, or when you get the tingles, or when you just like you catch your breath, like, oh yeah, it's something like that. That's what happens when your crown chakra gets a message or a tingle energy. So it's not just a mental brain energy or mind activity. It is something beyond that, when your whole body can tingle to when you receive this message. So you know the difference, and you learn how to work with that difference, and it multiplies and multiplies, and then you grow it. Okay? It sounds like a really good energy, and I hope you like that. Big trust in pixie dust.